Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, those of you on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook platforms. I am Tyrone Clay, 213 on TikTok, and Mr. Clay on YouTube. We're also on Facebook, same thing. Okay, we from Deuteronomy Chapter 27, 27th chapter of Deuteronomy, and let us pray. Oh, most holy, I am that I am, the Spirit that moved upon the water. Yes, even that great Spirit, the Heya. We thank you for all that you've done. We give you the glory and the praise. We thank you for all the things that you've brought us through and taken us through. We thank you for the deliverances. We thank you for the blessings. We thank you for keeping our crops up. Even our income, that we might even be fed and our face made fat and our skin to shine and our children healthy and a roof over our head and clothes on our backs. Even if we don't have that, we still have the roof of the sun, the sky, the moonlit or starlit sky, even the ground to lay our bodies on. There's so many things to be thankful for. So many things to give you the glory for, because you are our God. And we ask you to deal with our minds and our hearts. For many things we have caused to come upon ourselves because we have provoked you even to anger. Some deny this anger. Some deny the things that you have caused, that you have spoken, even this thing that you've spoken here in your word, that if we should not do them, these things will come upon us. Oh, most holy, I am that I am, Sanini Nainini. We thank you for where you've brought us. And we thank you for where you're going to take us, even that few, that remnant that's going to hear and that's going to listen and do after what you had said. And we thank you for that. Yes. Okay, now we're in Deuteronomy, chapter 27, the 27th chapter of Deuteronomy. Now, and Moses with the elder commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. You know, throughout all these 27 chapters of Deuteronomy, God has been saying, remember, keep the commandments. All throughout even the end of that fake book called the New Testament, all the way to Revelation. Remember, keep the commandments, obey God. Yes. Now, verse 2. And it shall be on that day when ye shall pass over Jordan unto the land which the I am thy God giveth thee, that thou shalt set thee up great stones and plaster them with plaster. The plaster is not that plaster of Paris. I don't know what kind of plaster they used, but it was a certain type of cement that they could chip on and go at it. Okay? You got to realize, this is Old English. This is people that have wrote things, and you have to just sort of sublimate things and sort of put yourself in the view of farmers, in the view of those who were back in that day, in order to really understand it. He said, and thou shalt write upon them all the words of this law, when thou art passed over, and that thou mayest go in unto the land which the I am thy God give you, or give thee, a land that floweth with milk and honey, as the I am of thy fathers have promised thee. Yes, goat's milk is very good milk. But therefore, when it be ye are gone over Jordan, that ye shall set up these stones which I command you this day in Mount Ebal. This was a mountain named after that one terrible, terrible spirit. This spirit here is terrible in the evilest way. This is a terrible spirit. Yes, and this mountain is named after it. And thou shalt plaster them with plaster. And thou shalt build an altar unto the I am thy God, an altar of stones, and thou shalt not lift up any iron tool upon them. In other words, don't chip it. You can go into the plaster, you can carve what you're going to do in the plaster, but not on the stones themselves. It says, thou shalt build an altar of the I am thy God of whole stones, and thou shalt offer burnt offerings thereon unto the I am thy God, and thou shalt offer peace offerings, and thou shalt eat therefore and rejoice before the I am thy God. In other words, the book of Leviticus tells us what a peace offering and how to go about the ceremony or the order of a peace offering. Now, and thou shalt eat there and rejoice before the I am thy God. See, they're getting ready to go in and they finna get blessed. Some of you are getting ready to get blessed, but you're hindering because of your disobedience. You're hindering because of your lack of knowledge. You're hindered because you just don't care. And then when God does bless you, you go back to the same things you were in, just as these people are going to do. See, this is the whole human dilemma. We'll do everything it would take to get that woman. You will take what it takes to get that man, and man, you take what it gets that woman. But then when maybe a year, maybe a week, or even more might come a pass before you get to the real person that you are, the wicked heart that you have. This is why we take chances on relationships. Yes. He said, and thou, in verse 8, and thou shalt write upon the stones all the words of this law very plainly. In other words, so that those who understand this writing may write. And Moses and the priests and the Levites spake unto all the Israel, saying, take heed and hearken, O Israel, this day thou art become a people. You are a government. You are a people that are governed by who? The I am thy God. See, it's not a religion. If that's the case, your king, your president is your God. You're going to do as he say. You're going to cater to him as he wants to be catered to. You're going to rejoice before him. And when he comes, you hold a parade and all these other things. What are you talking about? This government. When Esau said his government was in heaven, that wasn't right. Government right here on earth, that government of God is within you. But you have gone so far away that government, you cannot even do what it says do, because this is a government that is above all governments in that you are righteous. Their laws are not righteous. Their way is not righteous. God is absolute. God causes things to be as though they were not. God does not tolerate anything as far as sin. But he's merciful to those who would ask forgiveness and change their ways and order their steps aright. Yes, he is. Now, thou shalt therefore obey the voice of the I am thy God, and do his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. In other words, when you came into, go into Nigeria, you go there. Those people are commanded to obey a certain law. Whether it's the law of speed, murders, or debates, or effeminacy, and all these other commands that this government or they have put upon the people. Because none of these laws deal with the people ruling the government. Even God listened to the people. And you show how stubborn this world is and backwards. And Moses charged the people the same day, saying, these shall stand upon Mount Gerizim to bless the people when ye are come over Jordan, Simeon and Levi, Judah and Issachar and Joseph and Benoni. His name is not Benjamin. There was no J in that time. And then they would say, oh, that's what he said. That's a lie. So you have to realize the Greek, it has been translated over to the Greek, and Greeks start putting in sons and all this other stuff. See, you got to really realize what day and time was that and what day and time is coming in. You don't need all this other translation material. You don't need all these books. You just have to realize that those people thought a certain way back then. And then the time that these things came about when it was written, that's one thing you have to understand, is that it came back in a Greek period where they started using the sons and all this other stuff. Now, his name was Benoni. That's what his mother named him, Benoni. His name is Abram, the father of all nations, not Abraham. His name is Oshé, which God had, with his father had named him, not what they say Moses said he said. No, his name is Oshé, not Joshua. So you have to realize even the heathen have taken on this right in order to get you to see another way, because they change your names. They cause you to even, they change the names of the land. They change the different things so that you will be confused, even as their father is the father of confusion. Now, and these shall stand upon Mount Ebal to curse Reuben, Gad, and Asher, Zebulun and Dan and Naphtali. And the Levites shall speak and say to all the men of Israel with a loud voice, Cursed be the man that maketh any graven image or molten image. These crosses, these pictures of heavenly things, these angels, yet you bow down before all these things, these rocks that you kiss, these doggone women things that shroud over it. And these things that you use, these wives' tales, these witcheries and these witchcrafts, there's all the products of devils, the products of fallen angels who have been charged to turn you back from the most holy and living God. Turn you back. Some men given dreams to turn you back. Yes, they have been given these things to turn you back. Cursed be he that sitteth light by his father. In other words, you don't take your father seriously. You don't take, or his mother. You disobey them. And all the people shall say, yeah. Yeah, it says another word, but I'm going to say just yeah, because that means you agree. You don't have to say that word. No, you don't. Just yeah. And all the people just say yes. Okay, let's put it that way. We're going to be politically correct. Cursed be he that moveth his neighbor's landmark, and all the people shall say yes. Cursed be he that make the blind to wander out of the way, and all the people shall say yes. Cursed be he that perverteth the judgment of the stranger, fatherless, and widow, and all the people shall say yes. Just because they're in a certain situation, the law is the law, regardless. God says, and he has things that apply. You don't feel sorry for a man. If they commit a crime or things against the law that is against God, then they should be judged just as the rich with the poor. To all there is one law, regardless. But there should be an accountability that we should take care of the fatherless, the widow, and we should instruct the stranger. And with that law, even deal with the stranger as we will with our own brethren. And all people shall say, yes. Cursed be he that lieth with his father's wife, his own mother, or his other wife, because he uncovereth his father's skirt, and all the people shall say, yes. Cursed be he that lieth with any manner of beast, and all people shall say, yes. Cursed be he that lieth with his sister, the daughter of his father, or the daughter of his mother, and all the people shall say, yes. Cursed be he that lieth with his mother-in-law, and with all the people, and all the people shall say, yes. Cursed be he that smiteth his neighbor secretly, and all the people shall say, yes. Cursed be he that taketh reward to slay an innocent person. Oh, those who cause these coups in the name of a wicked government or because of money. Let's get here now. You come against Burkina Faso. You come against Benin. Not Benin. Let's go to Niger. You come against Niger for a wicked government who is poor, who has nothing, whom God has used to chastise you because you have not chosen the way of the Most High, even Tata and Zambis and Nini, to turn from your wicked ways and cause you. Your victory is only going to last for a short while until you turn. I ain't talking about no church. I ain't talking about no Jesus. I'm talking about turn to the Most High God. If you want his instructions, go to the Igbo. Go to those who are still practicing those things that God had called us to. Not no wicked New Testament mixed with some truth. Now, it says now, cursed be he that smiteth his neighbor secretly, and all the people shall say, yes. Yes, you snipers, you ones who go and you assassinators. Cursed. You're doing it for an unjust cause. Cursed be he that taketh reward to slay an innocent person, and all the people shall say, yes. That's murder. Cursed be he, just like these big governments. They come upon the poor of the earth, and they begin to want to take their resources that they might not prosper, but they might not be satisfied and filled with their longing soul filled with good. No. Cursed, he said. Cursed are those who are named in these things, mainly Western nations and some of you Arab nations who are full of the devil and call yourself following a God and a prophet named Muhammad. Cursed, he says. Cursed be he that confirmeth not all the words of this law to do them, and all people shall say, yes. The people of God are not pagans. The people of God are not pagans. We don't wear crosses. We don't wear earrings. We don't wear all these tattoos and paint our bodies. These are the other Hamites. These are people that are of spirits that have been drawn, that have drawn them away from the most holy God. These are the spirit, and they tell you, oh, this is our ancestors. We come by, we say, yeah, and you do all these things, and you wonder why, even those of you in the United States, who call yourself Aboriginal, who call yourself Niji, then you go and you call, don't you remember Kinsikot? Kinsikot. Yes, Egypt is in the United States as well as it is even in Africa, what is called Africa. Egypt is in Tamare just as much as it is in Acob. Yes, it is. You have been deceived. Yes, you are symbiotes. Although you look alike, that's where your symbiotes at. But the fact is, you got a long history to start. Did you, Africa, come from America, or did America come from Africa? Answer that question, and when you get through searching YouTube and all these other places, you will find the answer. You fight against each other. They know who you are. You don't know who you are. Even you so-called Africans, they put you up and put the rest down. Don't you know that the Grand Canyon has many pyramids? They have many Africans, artifacts. They have many things down there. You go to South America, they have the largest pyramids ever made. You go to even Ohio, there are things over there. You are symbiotes. What is your problem? Yeah, you were born over there, and some were born over here, and some were taken over there and brought back over here to the U.S. But still, yes, Sertima, he has a point. Nan, who else? Chancellor Williams has a point. Very good point. From Babylon to Timbuktu. Very good points. Anubantu, real good points. And Gert Mueller. These are books you need to go check out. These are just the top tip of the surface, because you all have caused yourself to be deceived in so many places. It's pathetic. You don't know where you come from. You say African this, and then you say, we the Heya, we this and that. You don't even know it. You're blind as a bat, and then you forsake the same God who told you not to worship idols. And you worship him, your crosses, and all these things that you do about. And now, in our next one, as you may read, we're going to get to some serious stuff. And with that, I'm going to say, repent, change your ways, and you will have peace.